Hey, everybody. Just kidding. Hey, it's Erin Rose from Phoenix, Arizona with My Arizona Agents and Omni Homes International. And I've got with me again today my friend Roman Lopez with Fairway Independent Mortgage. And we're here to talk to you about buying a home and what it means to bring your own down payment, your own closing costs, and what closing costs are made up of. First, Roman and I wanted to kind of talk about what's a down payment? What does that mean? What types of loans are there?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great question. It's a common misconception out there that a lot of people think they need 20% down when they go in to buy a house, and that big number scares them. So the really good news is that there's actually programs out there where you can put as little as 3 to 3.5% down. Not anywhere as scary as the 20%,
Sure.
Now, there's a couple different ways they can come up with a down payment, right? The three most common and the three that we see the most right now are savings. So they just, every month they put away a little bit of money here and there.
Sure.
Number two is a gift. So let's say they have mom or dad or grandparents who have money, they can, gift them the money for the down payment. That's a really good option we see a lot. And then the third is one that's becoming more and more popular, and that's DPA, or down payment assistance.
Perfect.
A lot of people are seeing that nowadays, and there's actually a new program rolling out later in 2021 that a lot of people are going to be able to take a look at.
Oh, good. What kind of credit score would qualify somebody for a down payment assistance program?
That's a good question. So right now we're looking at a minimum credit score about 640.
Okay.
So decent credit score.
Okay, so kind of same as before. So,
right.
Okay, so we know FHA is a minimum 3.5% down. That's just the type of loan, everybody. FHA is just a government funded loan. So, and you need 3.5%. And usually that's the least amount that you would put down, except for, I know conventional has that first time home buyer 3%, right?
Right.
So, one question I'm always asked is, okay, what's the lowest my score could be in order to qualify as an FHA buyer?
So FHA would actually go down to 600.
Okay, perfect.
There's a little bit of leeway in there.
Sure. So if you have the money and your credit's not quite a 640, you can use it.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Absolutely.
Okay. So then in order to use DPA, how is the government compensating for that? Giving someone 13, 14 grand to buy a house?
Right. So a lot of these programs are backed by the county. So Pima County, Pinal County, Maricopa, they have funds available for home buyers. So just to incentivize home buying in their area. So what they do is they make these programs perpetually funded. So you never have to worry about them running out. And they offer up to, I believe, 6% of the loan amount to go towards your down payment and closing costs. So the idea there is that it would cover all the upfront costs. And in exchange, you get a little bit higher interest rate. There's a little bit of a give and take there,
Sure. And you tend to see a little bit higher closing costs with the DPA, the down payment assistance program. So maybe we can kind of segue into closing costs. So you have your down payment, which is part of kind of getting the loan, right? Mm-hmm. And then you have to pay closing costs, which include prepaids and kind of financing fees, would you say?
Right. Yeah. So a lot of people forget about the closing costs. They think they just need to hit that down payment number. Mm-hmm. There's this whole other costs that kind of gets forgotten, but closing costs are really important. They go into every loan that you buy. There's three things that go into closing costs. There's the lender fees, my fees. There's the title company fees, which helps with all of the deeds, the title, everything to help you facilitate the home buying process. And then there's the escrow fees, so taxes and insurance. So all three of those go into the closing costs. And just depending on what time of the month you close, what time of the year you close, what county you're buying in, and the purchase price, those closing costs can range anywhere from $4,000 to even 6, 7, just depending on the home.
Sure. Okay. That's a really good point, because I was kind of thinking, okay, so in a planning situation, I need 3.5% down plus what amount? So if I'm bringing my own down payment, kind of an average closing cost expectation I try to give to my clients is about $5,500, and that's kind of middle of the road. And sometimes high. So again, that's a really great point, Roman, that you're like, what time of year are you buying?
Right. It matters, but 55 is a great number.
Right. You could be financing the whole year of your property taxes, not thinking,
right.
Oh, well, like towards the end of the year, it'd only be a couple months, and then you build into that escrow account. Okay.
Right.
So, okay. So what else about closing costs should people know?
There are certain ways you can help pay for it. So let's say you have the down payment, you don't necessarily have the money to cover all the closing costs. There are creative ways to where we can work around that, not necessarily finance those closing costs, but we can find a way to pay those for you. So there's a kind of a specific or a unique thing that we do as lenders is we can give a higher interest rate in exchange for a lender credit. So let's say we have a great borrower, they have great credit scores, they qualify for 3.25%. So that 3.25% comes to them completely free, or they can take the 3.65 and get $2,000 to pay off their closing costs. So remember how we said the money, the higher interest rates you get, the higher monthly payments you're gonna have. If your payment's only 30, 40 bucks higher with that higher interest rate and you get $2,000 towards closing costs, it might be huge for, a first-time home buyer or a money-strapped buyer that can afford the monthly payment, but they just can't afford the cost,
Sure. So that's huge because that can help some of my buyers right now that are like, okay, I've got down payment, but in the seller's market that we're in, we're seeing a lot of escalations. We're seeing a lot of people kind of throwing out higher prices for houses. And that makes it tough for us seller agents as well, because you're like, oh, that's cool. So that gives my buyers a little bit more leeway. So they could say, okay, so I've got this $2,000 kind of in the back of my mind. If I could contribute $2,000 towards, maybe closing the gap on the appraisal if it comes in short, or even offering to pay some seller concessions with $2,000. I mean, it's a statement. And right now we're having to be really bold with our movements as far as offers are concerned on homes. So super huge to know that there's that option.
Yeah, send them my way. We'll figure it out.
Cool. I love that. Okay, cool. So thanks everybody for watching. I just wanted to share that, Roman he's awesome. He's got so much knowledge and he's helped me in so many situations get creative, figure out a way, or at least give me timelines on how soon my buyers are ready. So if there is credit repair, Roman's got a department that has like tons of resources that can help us with that, and never to stop, just to keep pushing forward until you're in a situation where you can kind of own your own home. So such a great goal. Thanks again for watching this video. If you like it, go ahead and click the like button below. And if you'd like to see more videos that either me and Roman or just me show up in, click the subscribe and click on the bell so it tells you when a new video drops. I hope you have a great day.